the sun peeks through the haze, and birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. The front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleeping moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore, morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleeping moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore, morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you have your coffee. I've got mine. It's a good morning today. It is. Got a lot of people in here giving comments. Let's see. I see many. Welcome. We got Jessica Oki. Welcome. Vet Firefighter and Nancy. Thank you. We have Native Pride and Yankee Bell. Rick Friend. TK, good morning. Good to see you here, TK. Who else we got? Sheila is here this morning. Good morning, Sheila. Jeanette is here. TC. Good morning, TC. I'm seeing you guys. Welcome. Let me start off with I'm teasing something. I have a video that's going to come out later today. I know you guys, I know TC doesn't care about the What the Hales drama, but it is exposing corruption. And the whole thing of the sheriff helping Robbie dodge service, and you can go to Shara Michelle's channel and Jeremy Hale's channels and watch those. Hey Trin, hey Karen's books. You can go there and watch the videos for yourself, and you can see the corruption, how a sheriff is colluding with a known felon to not be served in a federal case, all because his wife works at the sheriff's department. Well, let me just tell you folks, Coop, good morning. Let me just say it involves the skipper. And if you go watch, hey Harry, if you go watch my video that's going to come out now, if you're a member of the channel, you can watch it right now. It's up. If you tune in later on today, you will be able to see how this affected me. And let me just say, folks, it's not over. This sheriff's department, we're going to keep the heat on them. Hey, Seer. Miss PJ, good morning. We're gonna keep the heat on them. Uh, this is bad corruption. This is like we now have more evidence of their corruption than we do Levy County's corruption. Levy County's pretty corrupt. Um, but yeah, this is very, very bad. It's multiple people. It's violating multiple laws. Um, I I will tell you this. I tried to contact the FBI last night. I will be contacting them this morning. I will be. Um, if you feel you need to contact Florida Attorney General, go right ahead. If you feel you need to contact the FBI, you know, you're going to see in my video that this is this isn't a one-time thing. This is multiple and systemic, and it's got to stop. So, and let me just say, uh, your boy, this is going to be this is going to be something for a while. It's gonna like this is something. If you guys want to contact Lackluster and audit the audit, and several other of these places that fight corruption, obviously Long Island Audit is he's deep in the weeds with his own battle, but a lot of these big auditors that bring stuff to this, definitely send them Shara Michelle's video, Shara Michelle and Jeremy Hill's video, because it shows the nepotism. It shows that they treat some people differently than others. And the thing about it is, we all have the right to equal protection under the law. Hey, Mama Coop, congratulations for getting 1,000 followers. Congratulations. Oh, we got Pamela in here this morning. Welcome, Pamela. So yeah, hey, it's me. You're in Bama and you just woke up. Well, I'm in California. And I just woke up. No, Mr. Coop, I did not know his wife worked for the department, and that's the whole thing. Um, that's the whole thing. Thankfully, due to Shara Michelle's video, I would never have known that. But um, yes, people need to start making complaints. It is that bad. Florida seems to have a lot of bad cops and police departments. I'm glad I moved back from Florida. Here's the thing, it can happen anywhere, and I've seen it all over the United States. And but the thing is, when we find this type of corruption, we have to call it out, we have to highlight it, we have to make complaints. Thank you to you, Coop and Georgie. James Madison audits. He focuses on Florida law enforcement. Send it to him. In my video, I tagged audit the audit lackluster, TC, but we probably should tag like honor your oath, the armed fisherman, a lot of these people, because I know honor your oath and the armed fishermen operate out of Florida, and they both do great work. Um, but clearly, there's a problem in Sumter County. They and I am not going to stop. I'm going to keep pressing this. I can tell you, I have a pending um, public records request. I requested Miss Mrs. Kesey's her whatever they can make public of her HR file, how much she makes, things like that. I also requested all of the um, documents, reports, phone calls, anything from my complaint that I attempted to make back in December of 2024, which they did not do anything on. He's actually ex-Florida law enforcement. That's good. The issue Hales is having is small town mayor. Well, Sumter County, Sumter County is bigger than Levy County. And you are seeing like the Sumter County sheriff was working hand in hand with a felon to avoid being served in a federal lawsuit. That's major corruption. Like, I mean, working with the felon raises some eyebrows right there. I'm not saying that in and of itself is wrong. I'm saying that it raises eyebrows. But the fact that they're calling him in the middle of a traffic stop of a guy who is trying to serve him. Really? Really? Um, so yeah, Shara Michelle's video, at least the two of them both need to be sent to Audit the Audit and Lackluster. Like that's what those guys do. Um, but yeah, we need to send it to many people within the First Amendment auditing community. I am making a complaint on my own behalf. I am a victim. They broke Florida law when Robbie and his employee uh, tried to encourage me to unalive myself. And that video was posted yesterday. And I know a lot of you watched it, and thank you for do. I thank you, all of you who did give comments. I really do appreciate that. Well, Harry, with a lot of this stuff, that's why transparency is so good. You keep making things transparent, and then you will eventually find the corruption. Exactly, Minnesota Black Robe Regiment or TC. Um, I'll send them to you right now. Um, because yeah, it's uh, it's really crazy. Uh, Char Michelle is a journalist, and she's been doing a really great job of open records request and just posting things like no commentary, just posting stuff. Um, let me pull up TC. I'm gonna send this to you uh, on Facebook. So there's the one. So there's that one. Yeah, this is disgusting. Helping a felon, like helping a felon evade the law. How, when is that ever legal? Now, TC, you're gonna like Char's videos because it's just the body cam video. Hey, Pam, welcome. Yeah, it's hey, boss. It's just the body cam. I'll send you Jeremy Hale's video, where he gives a little bit more insight into the public records requests and how certain people have gotten free of charge, gotten their public records, and other people are being denied public records, or being charged. I was charged $32 and they only will take it via snail mail. Like I asked for everything digitally to be emailed or put into like a Dropbox and emailed. They refuse that. They refuse that. They're only going to burn it to a CD and mail it to me. So the check was put in the mail yesterday. But Skipper's not stopping. $32? That doesn't bother me one bit. I'll pay $32. Go right ahead. Like that is cheap justice right there. Very cheap. Um, oh, Just Jay is here. Welcome, welcome. Uh, what's up with all the tunnels in DC? There's a lot of tunnels in DC. I mean, there's a metro rail. There's a lot of infrastructure. Joan, good morning. Hey, Mr. Coop. Oh, I already said good morning to you. We'll get TC hooked on as the Otter Creek Flow saga. Well, I mean, what started me into it was the corruption. It was, they were overcharging only Jeremy in their town. He was the only one getting charged. CK Red Magna, good morning. Rick friend. Oh, I said good morning to Rick already. Diane the Crafter's here. Good morning. Oh, I have a tracking number, Diane. Hold on one second. This is not Skipper's first rodeo. It was sent certified mail. And if you guys want to track it, I'd happily give you the number. 7020 04 I'm sorry, 0640 0001 5399 1465. You can track and signature requested. Now, this cost me $8. Again, cheap. So I'm $40 in. $40 in. And here's how stupid it was with me. All they had to do was take a report. That's all they had to do. Instead, they wanted me to contact San Bernardino County Sheriff. Well, it wasn't a violation of California law. I did contact San Bernardino. I do have an incident report. But then after I contacted them and said, okay, I made an incident with San Bernardino, they were like, yeah, we're not going to do anything with that. It didn't happen here. And that was it. Hey, Gary, good to have you here. Oh, Joan, you were back in the hospital. Prayers for you. Everyone, please pray for Joan. Take 20 seconds and just wish her well that she gets better. Wife works in government. They only use fax due to security issues. It's actually a lot of security issues with fax. There really is. But there are secure methods, like the government, like the federal government, has its own like Dropbox system. Because you can't email stuff, and you can't with federal government computers, you can't plug in a hard drive or a jump drive. Let's see who else. Did I miss anybody? No. Okay. So yeah, today I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth in today's video, and that'll be out. I set it up for noon my time, but if you're a member of the channel, you can watch it right now. So if you're a member, you can watch it. I would hope as soon as I get off the live. Greg of Scotland, good morning. But yeah, it is. We're gonna see how far this rabbit hole goes. Can we say 33,000 emails? But that's the thing, with the 33,000 emails, we've seen a lot of that stuff. We've seen laws broken and no one wanted to do anything. That's corruption. Hey, Fire Dad, good morning. And that's the thing. Like, we need the laws applied equally. Every one of us. All they had to do was just take my report. Nothing else. Hey, Dwayne, good morning. Dwayne has been a member for 5 months. Dwayne, you can go watch my video right now. That's coming out publicly later on today. So he'd be able to watch it and see what's going on. And let me just say, folks, I've got other stuff that I'm sitting on about this. I did a lot of stuff yesterday about this, and there's stuff I'm sitting on probably until next week. I love that Robbie calling his local sheriff's department gave all the evidence via body cam. Right? Right? And okay, the cop held his finger over the body cam. He muted it so that we couldn't hear what was going on. That should be tampering of evidence, folks, because there is like, okay, I've seen where cops do that when they're talking amongst each other, and you could make an argument that they have to be able to talk freely when they do an investigation, or if they were talking to someone who has some type of legal expectation of privacy, like someone if they have their attorney on the phone. Yeah, something, right? There are instances where I could see that you would need to mute. However, when you're talking with a member of the public, and that's what Robbie is, he's a member of the public. Even if it were his wife calling, she just works at the sheriff. She is not a sheriff's deputy. She is not a part of the investigation. She has no investigatory duties. She's a media coordinator and public records coordinator. And oh, folks, Skipper knows the media. I am going to request an interview with the Sumter County Sheriff. I am. Uh, so that way, Miss Kesey has to deal with me. Tell them what we have going on here in Minnesota. Yeah. And yeah, TC is going to be live today as well. 8 o'clock Eastern time, 5 p.m. my time. Uh, there's a victim, or there's a case where the prosecutor is blaming the victim's mom. Like it's that crazy. Like they can't hold people accountable, so they're going to blame the mother of the victim, which has nothing to do with it. Um, so TC will be speaking publicly tonight, and you'll be able to watch that here or on his channel. But you should go subscribe to his channel and turn on notifications. Just think of how many more people have filed complaints against him that have been sent to the trash bin. Absolutely. So this guy is a felon. Oh, thank you, Beth. Good morning, Beth. And well, evening for you. Um, oh no, not that case. Which case is this one, TC? Hey, Robert. Good morning. Oh, the veteran story. Yeah. Okay. So I did push out some stuff on the veteran story. Yeah, he's speaking up. I'm sorry. He's speaking up the city council because they made a noise complaint and said that there were discharges of weapons because a veteran died and they did a 21 gun salute at the funeral. How does that make sense? Denison, Minnesota. And I did that post yesterday. I believe it's on all my social media. Call Denison, Minnesota. But TC will be live, and I appreciate you for clearing that up, TC. But that will be live here as well. Have all these governments lost their freaking mind? Hey, Seer, this country is way out of line. Trump is criminalizing those that travel or look like they are traveling, living in their cars. They are using first responders to stalk innocent people. Well, that's not a Trump thing. And that's been going on for a long time. We did Travis Hines, um, him being harassed. We did that on our show. That was 4 years ago. So that was Trump wasn't even in office. Um, things are amiss here in Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota seems to be like where it might not be particularly bad. Maybe it's just getting more attention. But yeah, bad things have been happening. But people like me and TC, we're gonna keep shining the light on it. Two city council members are pushing to have them fined. Yeah, for a veteran's funeral because they shot blanks. That's what you do at a veteran's funeral. Yeah, yeah, right. Like, it's totally anti-veteran. So these are the type of things that me and Minnesota Black Robe Regiment and AVA. This is the type of stuff we do all the time. Um, if you notice the cop, his attitude change when he responds to Robbie's Gates, due to the fact he knows he screwed up, and server said he was going to tell a judge. Oh yeah, yeah. The server said I'm going to put this in my affidavit. And here's the thing: this is going to go in front of a federal judge, and like I said, I'm making a complaint to the FBI today. That judge can immediately refer that to the FBI for investigation. Can immediately refer it. Yeah, they had prior approval, and then all of a sudden, well, it's just because two city council people just suddenly had a problem with it, and they filed complaints. Your city council should not be allowed to file complaints. That's because their complaints are going to be taken more seriously than mine and your complaints. Again, just a different form of nepotism. The Florida hate. Florida has more transparency laws and probably the best transparency laws. That's why you see so many stupid stories out of Florida. It's because there's transparency. And we should demand in all 50 states transparency laws like Florida. But yeah, so your boy's gonna be calling. Actually, they're open now. So when I get off the stream, I'm calling the FBI. Rogue Mama, I do not have my coffee yet. Oh, buckle up, Rogue Mama. I sent you, I sent a couple people my video yesterday, so I don't know if you watched it. I know Shara. I sent it to Shara. She saw it. Um, I did I send it to Megan and yeah, I sent it to Megan and Tug. I don't know if they watched it, but I did send it to them just so they had some cognizance as to what I was going to be talking about. Uh, Jay, I need to get your some way to contact you so I can start sending you stuff. The video that's coming out today, there's no fancy production. It's just me sitting here like this. Nothing fancy. I just wanted to tell the world, here's what's going on with that sheriff's department. Yeah, they both Robbie and his daughter perjured themselves through false affidavits to a federal judge, and we have the proof to show that they lied. Now, do do I think they're going to be arrested or anything like that? No. Um, the court tends to be a little bit lenient, but where it's going to affect Robbie is how the court treats him in this lawsuit because he's already attempted to deceive the court. So the court is not gonna like normally when you say things to the court, and if it could be taken two ways, you can say, I'm sorry, Your Honor, it was meant this way, and they'll be very lenient. I think he right out the gate has screwed that up for himself. So now whenever he says, well, I need a continuance for this, I don't think the court's gonna give him very much leeway. 67 never had coffee. 60 never had coffee. I mean, you're missing out. What is the certified to the sheriff? So, okay. So the certified is for I've done a public records request, which they're slow walking. Uh they 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 said, "Oh, yeah, we need money," which they do have the right to charge. They do. But it's $32 and they said we can print everything off and it'll be $40 or we can burn it to a CD and it'll be 32. And I said, "Okay, burn it to a CD." I said, "You can't just send me a Dropbox with the stuff." "No, we can't do that. So you have to send us a check." So, okay, they're getting their check. They are getting their check. Um now, and then they're gonna snail mail. They're just delaying the inevitable. They're giving me more content. The longer I can talk about this means the more videos I can make, the more money I can make. So it's a stupid thing on their part to slow walk. But you see this. I don't get upset about it anymore. I do FOIA and public records requests all the time. A lot of times I'm looking just for validation, and it's good to do these because sometimes they screw up and you find things. In fact, Lackluster just had a video about a case where they had done a public records request for an accident like 4 years ago, but the guy had a federal lawsuit and they screwed up. They previously told him there was no body cam footage. Then he did another records request and they gave him the body cam footage. And he was like, "Oh, so you lied to me before. You broke the law before." And that all gets added into the lawsuit. And same thing with Jeremy. They gave records to Lisa. Very just, "Oh, yeah, yeah, no, free of charge, here you go." They gave records to Shara that they denied Jeremy. And then they've also asked for an exorbitant sum of money. So they're playing these games that you see some municipalities play. And the thing is, they're trying to discourage people from doing this. It's not going to discourage anybody. It's not. I asked, as there are a few so-called lawyers that live near him. Um, yes, I do think Robbie Robbie is defending himself pro se. So yeah, and so he at a bare minimum wrote his own motion. Um, the affidavits, if they didn't write them and they signed someone else's name, now we're talking multiple counts of fraud on, and not just fraud, but perjury and fraud on the court. I waited 15 years for my soldier to be part of the world again. I mean, yeah, sucks that police are covered by insurance. They don't care if they get sued because the city will pay and raise taxes. Well, that's why I think we need reform of that. I think we need to start get either some people want to completely get rid of qualified immunity. I can see some benefits of qualified immunity, but we need legislation to define the limits of it because it should be if you if you're found guilty, you should be personally responsible, not just the taxpayers. And I also think for if it's something more like a police where they have a union and the union's providing an attorney to uh, to defend that person, the union should have to pay some of that money. You start getting into these cops' pensions, and oh yeah, they'll start acting right. I thought Robbie got donor Dave to fund a lawyer for him. Um, I know in his he might have one now, but I know in his filing it was pro se. So Robbie filed that on his own. Abolish qualified immunity. My state did. Um, I mean, some states have. Some states have just defined it. Like eh, the problem with the problem with case law sometimes is that they never want to trump case law, but they also never want to define case law. So it becomes this very murky area. At least with legislation, it's legislation. Like I'm okay with states that have qualified immunity, but have said, we're going to codify this into law. This is what it is. Because now it's law and we know what it is. Qualified immunity needs to end, and all cops and other public employees need to pay for their own insurance. Yeah. Why are the unions not paying for this insurance? Why do the taxpayers have to? Big difference in suing a city versus suing an employee of dereliction of duties. Absolutely. But that's a very high bar to get over in many places because qualified immunity is case law and not codified into law. So, at a bare minimum, petition your state reps and whatnot to put qualified immunity into law. So then we have the legislature has put limits on it. I'm wondering if they had someone write them for him, as Robbie doesn't seem that intelligent. Um, yeah, well, we know what lawyers are involved in this case. We've got two of them, well, technically three if you count the disbarred one. We've got one who has ethical violations that are in the bar. We have one who retired in lieu of debarment or disbarment, and then we have one who is disbarred and a felon. And yeah, I totally believe they're writing everything on this. Even if we make cops pay out of the same pocket, that would be the same state that we have. Um, they have to get a bond, and that is capped. Yeah, true. But at least then, like, it's less of the taxpayers if there's a bond. 4 states have enacted laws that restrict or eliminate qualified immunity for law enforcement. These states are Colorado, Montana, Nevada, and New Mexico. Yeah, and we need more. Uh, it is absolutely a thing. Felisa used Chat GPT. That's very possible. I think you are correct. Very possible. Hey, bestie. Good morning. Um, so yeah, later on today, that video will be out. Highly encourage you guys all to go there. We got 4 people watching on Rumble, no comments. What the hell? Uh, yeah. But this is going deeper. Like Georgie knew I did my public records request. I actually did it while I was on vacation. That's how they've been slow walking this. Um, yeah, $32 for them to burn stuff to a CD. Because, oh, it takes 4 hours and our person gets paid X amount an hour. Like, that is one of the ways that it's one of the ways they can abuse public records laws. Now, with federal FOIA, they can charge you for the documents, but not the time. So whenever I do a FOIA request and they ask me, how much are you willing to pay? Because they actually ask you that. I normally put like $50 or $75, whatever, you know, reasonably I will be willing to pay for stuff. But I'll tell you, for FOIA stuff, and FOIA is only federal government, I've never been charged. I've been denied a bunch of times. Stuff that they denied me stuff because they were like, "Well, you're personally involved in this." And I'm like, "That doesn't matter. It's FOIA." And I never got those records. And it went all the way up to the United States Navy, like their top things, my appeal. Rogue Nation did a video on the sheriff's department. If anyone else called the police because their paperwork was taped to a gate, cops would be pissed at the person for wasting their time. 100%. 100%. Like, you're in a lawsuit. Take your fucking service and get in your house. It's too pain, but the sign into the rumble to comment. Isn't their person Robbie's wife? Oh, yes. Yeah, Robbie's wife works for the sheriff. And the sheriff is then protecting Robbie. So many ads, 8 since we started. Geez. That's YouTube. It's YouTube. So yeah, it's just
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines.
it's just ridiculous. But yeah, so stand by. So we've got if you remember, you can watch the video now. It'll be out 12:30 Pacific time, so 3:30 Eastern, and then TC is going to be live tonight. And he's going to be streaming that, and I will be streaming that. I want to get that sticker that says only gay cops pull me over. It's not a sheriff's department. It gets on my nerves. It's an office, not a department. I mean, I've seen some places that are called sheriff's office. What is Sumter? Do they go like? It's just their thing just says Sumter or sheriff. No, that says sheriff's office. Here, I'll show you. There's the sheriff's office. No. So yeah, this is from. I used this in the thumbnail for the video, and it says sheriff's office, Sumter County. So yeah, there are some out there. Some places out there just do stuff weird. Georgie slept like a baby. Oh, so no, Tiny didn't have any meltdowns. Maroon 5's former bassist Mickey Madden's wife files for divorce after accusing rocker of abuse and sexting teens. Is there any proof of that? Because lots of things get said in divorce. It doesn't mean you can make accusations in divorces, and no one's held accountable. So someone said, they posted a thing that said, "Dear Americans, my European mind has started to comprehend. AC is amazing. I never want to live without it ever again." They have a mini split in their home, and someone just says, "Wait until you try guns." Uh, 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 Sheriffs are the main culprits of gang stalking and tracking. So generally, your sheriffs are directly accountable to the people because it's an elected position, whereas police departments, they respond to your municipality. That's not always the case. In fact, if someone knows how Sumter is a Sumter County Sheriff, how that is organized, I would love to talk with you because I will be possibly reaching out to the Sumter County Board of Supervisors as well. Guess what coffee mug I'm using? I'm hoping the Veteran Nation coffee mug. You can always buy Veteran Nation merch at veterannationfoundation.com. Me peddling my wares. And we gotta talk offline about the cruise. I did talk with Larry last night. Apparently, for those of you who are interested in going on the cruise, reach out to us. There's a Facebook group like about the cruise. We have a Facebook chat about those of us going on the cruise, but I'm going to join the Facebook group to get in. Um, okay, okay. I just saw the message. Um, I got a divorce based on adultery. My proof: his girlfriend was pregnant. Well, I had now California is a no fault state, but I had proof of adultery of my ex with a married Marine, uh, the same guy that attacked me. And did the general hold that colonel accountable? Nope. He was allowed to retire. Like they didn't even investigate him. Uh, Now, if it were a sergeant or a corporal who was having an affair, oh, that would be court-martialed. And it with the proof I literally had uh, a written statement proving a sexual relationship. TC has seen it. He's seen it. A link to the group, please. I don't have the link. I have to go search it into Facebook. But if you want to go on the cruise, Joan, you can reach out to either myself or Georgie or uh, Forever Huff's Living. Reach out to any of us and we'll add you into the group. It's pretty much just those three, and we've got the Grangers and a couple ones and twos here and there. Right, that's against the UCMJ. Right, vet firefighter. Nothing was done. And that gentleman attacked me. And you've seen that on TC's channel. If you haven't seen the video, subscribe to Minnesota Black Robe Regiment. He's got a couple videos about it. Now, I'm thankful that he attacked me in some ways because he got an ass whooping. How often do people get to beat up their ex-wife's affair partner and not get arrested for it? Not often. I did. And I didn't even want it to come to that. I just wanted them to leave me alone. And they still won't. Today, they still won't. I deal with drama. I dealt with more drama this week. But that's okay. I'm taking care of things legally. Oh, absolutely. Well, it's not just enlisted versus commissioned. It's junior enlisted versus senior enlisted and commissioned. That is the two separate. Because if you think they're going to hold a sergeant major accountable, most times they don't. It's a slap on the wrist if they do anything at all. All right, folks, I'm looking at the time. I'm going to get going. I appreciate you guys all being here. Later on today, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, watch my video. It's a short one. It's only like 9.5 minutes long. Also at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, I will be streaming out TC's live stream. But please either watch here or on his platform because we're going to push that out. And yeah, It's just ridiculous going after the family, trying to find the family of a deceased veteran over the 21 gun salute. That's ridiculous, completely ridiculous. So that's what we're dealing with, folks. So hashtag buckle up. Thank you so much for being here as always. And as usual, thank you for being worth serving.
Coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. Front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, wanting just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.